Hello. Analytical service in Markets. Thank you for paying attention to our video review. Now we will look at the current fundamental indicators of the organization Skeena Resources Ltd, ticker SKE. This review is based on information as of August 8, 2024. According to classification Guru.Markets Corporation, Skeena Resources Limited belongs to the subcategory metal color. 48 organizations participate in the comparison. This is very representative. We start with general information about the company. If necessary, you can pause the video. You can study all the parameters of the corporation in question more thoroughly. Access to the database with the structure of company tickers is absolutely free and free. Thank you for your repost and other help. We really need it. Well, friends, let's begin. Market capitalization of the company Skeena Resources Ltd valued at $0.52 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $415 billion. Skeena Resources Limited has a share of 0.124% and is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is estimated at $0.07 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $157 billion. Skeena Resources Limited constitutes a share of 0.046%. By comparing the occupied shares of stock exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we can see the following. Occupied share Skeena Resources Limited in the subcategory in case of market capitalization assessment is 0.124%. The book value is 0.046%. This is 63% less than the share of the exchange value. Assessment of the company's share of market and book value in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company under study has financial liabilities of $0.024 billion. Financial liabilities to balance sheet capitalization amount to 34.3% of capital. Score for the company's debts, good, 1 point. The balance of the company's market price to its profit is 0, with an average for the subcategory of 16.8, which is significantly worse than in the subcategory. Assessment of market value to its profit in comparison with in the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$89 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. And this is extremely negative for the company. Assessment of expected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Company value to revenue ratio is 0. The subcategory average is 2.1, which is significantly worse than the subcategory average. Assessment of the company's stock market value to its revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Revenue for the last 12 months was $0 million. Future revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. And this is very negative for the company. An assessment of expected future revenues in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you are interested in our analytics, then we kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. For you, because it is free, you will greatly help the development of this project. Thank you for your all-important subscription. The sales margin is 0%, with an average in the subcategory of 12.3%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 12.3%. Profitability assessment in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The company's share by number of employees in the subcategory is 0.041%, which is 202% less than the share of market capitalization. And this fact shows the imbalance of the organization's exchange price Skeena Resources Limited, probably towards revaluation. The amount of market capital per company employee is $6,214,000, whereas for the subcategory, $2,062,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 201.4%. Estimation of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The amount of profit per individual employee of the company is $0,000. Average for the subcategory, $122,800. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 100%. Estimation of profit per company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. The share of sales for each employee of the company is $0,000. By subcategory, $996,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 100%. Estimation of the share of revenue per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. Shares short corresponded to 4.7%, with an average for the subcategory of 4.5%. This is an assessment of the risk of a short squeeze. Technical indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 43% for the company Skeena Resources Limited, whereas for the subcategory this level is 35%. Technically, subcategory papers are rated lower than Skeena Resources Limited. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Skeena Resources Limited and subcategory shares, we can see that over 12 months, the company's shares Skeena Resources Limited showed a change of 18.6%. Against price changes in the subcategory minus 20.4%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but you need to take note of this fact. Overall result, minus 6.5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is minus 0.5 points. If you look very broadly within the US market in total, we'll see the average result for the US stock market in the aggregate is 0.3 points, against a score of minus 6.5 points for the company Skeena Resources Limited. Let's look at the order table, which is available. The link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all decisions by the information system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free, link in the pinned comment. Based on the analysis of the company Skeena Resources Limited, Guru.Markets. Open a deal for a reason. Skeena Resources Ltd, the most overvalued company in the subcategory. It should be recalled that earlier March 28, 2024, an order was published, ticker IE. Information and Reference System for Stock Valuation Guru.Markets. A decision is made on this order. Close the deal. The result is a profit of 24.3%. Thank you all for watching this video and for using the help system from Guru.Markets. You really are the coolest audience.